the next President of the United States, John Edwards.
I am so honored and proud to have the support of this great union. I've been honored and proud for years now to travel this country, to walk picket lines, to work in organizing campaigns, to work with employers so that they're in fact fair to the workers who are trying to organize in the workplace. And I want to be the President of the United States who walks out on the White House lawn and first is not afraid to say the word union. Second, I want to be sure that America understands what the union movement has meant to this country. And, more important than the past, how it is critical that we grow the union movement in America if we want to strengthen the middle class, if we want to grow the middle class. Now, there are other things that we need to do. Doug spoke a few minutes ago and in the video about trade in America. Listen, how long is it going to take us to figure out that trade agreements, NAFTA, CAFTA, have not been good for working middle-class Americans? We know that now. You know, in the 1990s, we didn't get universal health care, which we needed, but we got NAFTA, which we didn't need. And as a matter of fact, I think we've been asking the wrong question about these proposed trade deals. The question seems to have been, is this trade proposal good for the profits of big multinational corporations? The answer to that's yes, but it's the wrong question. The question in my administration will be, is this trade deal good for jobs and working middle-class Americans? That's what the question will be. And I'll tell you one other thing we're going to do. When I'm President of the United States, we are going to end this business of giving tax breaks and tax incentives to American companies that are picking up and going overseas and taking their jobs with them. That's going to come to an end. We have a dysfunctional healthcare system in America. It does not work. You should not be negotiating about health care. We ought to get health care off the table. And the only answer to this is truly mandated by law, universal health care for every man, woman, and child in America. And I'll tell you what I'm going to say when I'm sworn into office. What I'm going to say to members of Congress, what I'm going to say to members of my administration, what I'm going to say to members of my cabinet. Listen, I'm glad that you've got health care. That's good for you. That's good for your family. But I'll tell you this. If you don't pass universal health care for America by July of this year, July of 2009, as your president, I will do everything in my power to take your health care away from you. My plan costs $90 to $120 billion a year, but I have a way to pay for it to get rid of George Bush's tax cuts for people who make over $200,000 a year. When I'm president, America will move away from its addiction to oil, but let me tell you how we're going to do it. We're going to create 1 million new jobs, green-collar jobs, and when I'm President of the United States, those will be good union jobs that support the work that all of you do. There will be construction jobs done by you, by union workers, at prevailing Davis-Bacon wages. I grew up in mill towns and mill villages all across the South. I know what it's like to see the struggles of working middle-class families. Listen. I understand what trade means. Nobody has to explain it to me. I saw what happened in my hometown when the mill that my father and all the people that I grew up with closed. I saw what it did to the community. I saw what it did to jobs. I saw what it did to the local economy, and I saw what it did to the dignity and pride of men and women who had worked their whole lives so that their children could have a better life than they've had. That's what's at stake. You want to know what's at stake in this election? That's what's at stake. I'm proud to have your endorsement, proud to have you with me. We are committed to the same cause. We are locked arm in arm in this struggle to make America what it's capable of being. You don't want to live in a country made up of a few rich people and everybody else, do you? That's not America. Do you want to trade a crowd of corporate Republicans that are running this country now for a crowd of corporate Democrats? That's not us. That's not who we are. We have to restore the power in this country and the power in this democracy back to you. And last but not least, when I'm President of the United States, if you can join a political party, Democrat or Republican, by signing your name to a card, every worker in America will be able to join a union by doing exactly the same thing, by signing their name to a card. And also, and you just as well stay up, save yourself some trouble. When you're out there walking that picket line, when I'm President of the United States, nobody will walk through that picket line and take your job away from you. Not when I'm President of the United States. God bless you all. I'm proud to be with you. Stay with us in this cause. Thank you, Carpenters. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great to see you. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Yeah, come on. Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
We're going to be the president.
God bless you. Thank you, man.
And I will be working in your campaign.
Thank you very much. Great to see you again. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
One more with Tony.
I had the pleasure of meeting your wife in Reno. It was fantastic.
Isn't she great?
Yeah,
she's a good woman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Senator Edwards. If you become elected, will you oppose the development of new nuclear weapons for the U.S.
I go more than that. I want to lead initiatives to end nuclear weapons.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, keep going on Bill Maher, too. We love to see you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Hi, Senator. Priorities Campaign. Nice to see you again.
Great to see you again.
It's a pleasure, and I got a pin for you to play.
Thank you. Appreciate what you guys do. I know very much.
I want to tell you, thank you very much. That was a beautiful speech, and I guarantee the vote you have my family and everybody I'm able to influence.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Great to see you guys.
I want to take a picture with you.
Yes, of course.
I'm out there campaigning for you.
Thank you. I'm counting
back
on
in
you.
04, I'm out
Thank
there
you.
knocking on doors again, buddy.
Good to see you.
You can sign my union card?
Sure, of course.
That's what we say in Vegas. Good luck.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.